Hey, it's Ryan from Upfit Supply, and in this video, we're gonna be unboxing the Vantech H2.1 roof rack for the RAM ProMaster. Let's get into it. All right, we have a multi-box item here, 3 boxes for our H2.1. I'm pretty sure that's how they all ship, at least the ones I've opened have all been 3-box kits. So I'm actually going to reduce this clutter a little bit and open one of these at a time. Now, one of the things you'll notice about Vantech is just how well that they package their products. So you're pretty much guaranteed it's going to arrive to you without any damage from shipping, which is fantastic because especially in van truck equipment, we're talking about heavy items, and a lot of times there's damage involved because of, you know, package handlers throwing things all over the place. So the thing about Vantech is they package it almost in like this little sub package system. It's like packaged and then put inside of a box, so nothing's moving around. It's all securely tied together with saran wrap or tape or whatever, and you know, gets to you in good condition. So this is the I believe this is the DB variation. So when you're ordering the H2.1, you can get a combination. They've got like AA and AB and EB and DB and DD. And those letters represent a style for the front and end portion of the rack. So the D, I believe, is like this almost a cargo style. It's got like a built-in wind foil at the front. And then the B is the roller bar. And so I just see that we have the roller bar in here. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're putting on our RAM behind us. So the main components of the H2.1 system is you're gonna have your side rails, you're gonna have all your crossbars that connect the side rails together, and you're gonna have a front mount and an end mount, and then you're gonna have basically some channels and feet for attaching it to the vehicle. And so what we have here is just a bunch of those crossbars, and I'm not gonna take them all out of the packaging, but I will take one of them out here. You can see what that looks like. It's an extruded aluminum. This whole thing is an aluminum kit. Extruded aluminum here, you can kind of see there's some channels here. There's threaded or threading mounting points right here built into the extrusion that you're going to use to attach bolts to the side rails. And so you may be wondering just some rough dimensions on this. So for the RAM ProMaster, we're looking at a 65-inch crossbar. So that's pretty much going to be the 65 inches within the rails, or in between the side rails. So got a bunch of these crossbars. I'm just going to count them out real quick so you know the count in the kit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 crossbars in this kit, and then depending on your configuration for the rear or the front mount, it's going to be a little bit different. We primarily use vans for work, so we have a rear roller bar here. It's going to be used so we can lean up a ladder up against the rear of the van and just roll it up onto the roof, make it a little bit easier for loading that. And then for the front, we have the D configuration, which again, it's like this is almost like a built-in wind foil. It's mounted almost at an angle like this, so it gives you a little bit of a safari or like a cradle up front for cargo and things like that. It also acts as a wind barrier to blow that wind away from your cargo, just make it a little bit more aerodynamic and reduce that wind noise on the van. So this is that D front mount, and the B rear mount, which is the rear roller bar. Now you can get a bunch of different combinations. You can do like a DD, so you kind of almost create this basket, if you will. You have one of these up front, one of these at the rear. Got a bunch of different options, so just take a look at those when you're looking at the product. So, got all of our crossbars here, got our front system and our rear system here. Let's see what we got going on in this other box. Oh, that worked out. So this is probably going to be our rails. And you know, the ProMaster 159-inch wheelbase is a pretty long van, so this box isn't that long, so what's going on, and probably we're gonna have a few different sections that we're gonna attach together with some special bracing. Oops. So again, we've got like a sub-packaged system within our box. Just amazing. I love it. Nobody else is doing this that I know of. So just take that into consideration when you're considering a Vantech product. All right. So let's see what's going on in here. So in this first little system, okay. So like I mentioned, we have our side rails. You can see we've got 2 tubes up here, got a little channel out here. This faces outward, so this would be the outside. Where I'm pointing is the outside of the van, and then the inside is right here. So your crossbars, you can see we've got 2 holes every, I think it's like 10 or 12 inches, where you're gonna mount your crossbars. And usually you'll do like every other set of screws or set of holes. You'll do a crossbar, but the thing I love about this rack is it's modular. And it's like, we gotta mount a solar panel or we gotta put something else up there, you can adjust where you put those crossbars for your particular vehicle. Maybe you've got a roof vent or something like that that you need to work around. You can do that with this kit. It's very modular. So I love that. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3 of these rails. I'm not gonna take them all out. Got 3 of these rails right there. And right here, these look like they might be the mounting channels. Yeah, so these are actually a little bit different than previously. These are painted black. This looks like it might be like a powder coat or something on aluminum. But these mount underneath the rack system. So you have your 2 side rails, you've got crossbars, and then underneath those crossbars, you have these channels, and your mounting feet slide into these channels and then attach to the vehicle. So again, you're dealing with a lot of channels when you're assembling this and installing it. So you just have a lot of different variation in terms of alignment of the rack and where it's gonna sit. If you need to accommodate various things on the roof, there's a lot of adjustment in this kit, which I love. So we've got our little mounting channels here. And I think underneath here we have additional side rails. Yep, we got 3 more side rails. So we have 6 side rails, so probably 3 for each side in this kit. We've got our mounting channels right there. A lot of stuff going on here. I apologize for the mess. And then this should be all of our hardware, our mounting feet, and things like that. But let's open this up. All right, another thing I love that Vantech does is they've got all this like shredded cardboard they use for dunnage. So again, as a package gets thrown around, you know, 7 or 8 times on its way to you, the stuff stays in place. It's gonna shoot through the side of the box and stuff like that. So this is gonna be part of our end, let's call it end mount or end of the rack. This is to accommodate our roller bar. So this slides into those side rails, you know, kind of like this. And then our roller bar sits in between these 2 little plastic bushings here, so it rolls nicely along. More dunnage. Right here we have our bar guards. So these are just little, I think technically they're plastic, but they slide into the top of one of these crossbars. As you can see, it's all, there's a channel in here, and you can actually buy like ladder stoppers and kayak mounts and stuff like that that can slide into here, or if you want to cover them up with these bar guards, these actually just slip into place on top here, protects your rack, and it protects anything else that you're going to be mounting on the rack. So we've got a bunch of these bar guards for our crossbars. Just going to take these out. Here we have our little tubular mounts. I believe this is for our DD or our D front mount. And these must be at different sizes so that we get that angular look of the DD. And so again, how this works is you're gonna mount one of these into the lower side rail. So if the side rail is looking at you, one's gonna mount like this, probably on top, and this one's gonna mount right here. And because of these different lengths, it's gonna cause that D mount to angle up like a little airfoil, little wind deflector on the front of the van. So you have 4 of these little bars total for that assembly. And then right here is probably all of our hardware and small brackets. Again, the dunnage. Looks like we have 8 of these little brackets here. I don't know if these are for the mounting feet or what. I haven't installed one of these on a ProMaster yet, so these might be specific for the ProMaster. We've got a ton of different hardware all saran wrapped in place here. We've got slider bolts. Again, there's a lot of different channels built into these crossbars and these side rails and these mounting channels that you're going to use these slider bolts for, so you can have a ton of adjustment in the rack, which is a great feature. In here we have little self-threading screws for attaching like these bars. Once you slide them in place, you can get them adjusted where you want to, figure out where the roller bar is going to sit in reference to the rear door, all of that, and then you can use self-threading screws to basically go into pre-drilled holes and secure it to the side rail. And then we also have these little joiner clips. These go into the side rail. Because we have 6 of these side rails, we're actually connecting 3 of them together. So you put these in these 2 tubes, then you can see there's these 2 holes right here. There's another little bracket right here that you use to basically suck these 2 things and hold them tightly together so you have a nice solid side rail. So again, those are the brackets I was just talking about. Tied up here, I'll open one of these up so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. They almost look like a hinge. So what you'll do is can I get this by hand? No. But if you loosen these 2 bolts here, this actually slides apart like a hinge. And so you'll attach one side rail to this bracket, another side rail to the bracket, and then you can actually tighten these bolts and it brings them in nice and tightly together. Another bunch of hardware, another set of brackets. These must be the mounting feet. Again, this is gonna be specific for the ProMaster. So again, these are gonna attach to slider bolts within our mounting channels and give us some adjustment that we need to attach this to the vehicle. So a lot going on here, but it's a relatively simple install, simple kit. Like I said, you got the side rails, you got your crossbars, you have a little channel underneath that attaches to your mounting feet. Then you just have all the hardware to put it together. So it may seem like a lot going on here, but you can do it. It's pretty easy. I think it's all common hand tools. You might need a power drill to get some of those self-threading screws in for the front and end mount. But other than that, it's gonna be a pretty simple install. We're gonna create a video of installing it on our RAM ProMaster behind me. We also have the side access ladder rack, which is a ladder that attaches to the rack on the top, and then it comes down and attaches underneath the van, so you can climb up to the top of your high roof van and get whatever you need from that roof rack. So it's a nice little addition accessory that you can also get for the H2.1. Now, if you're looking for this product or any other equipment to upfit your van so that it's ready for work or for adventure, be sure to check us out at upfitsupply.com. Again, my name is Ryan, and have a good one.